everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm excited to share with you a flip through of my completed 2024 October daily. So if you've been watching my process videos, you know that I just got sick and wasn't able to film the rest of my process videos and how this project came together, but I thought it would be fun to do a flip through so you can see it all completed, and I'll kind of walk you through what I did for the rest of this project since I wasn't able to film it. Now, before I jump in and share with you the flip through, I did want to mention that this is my Scrappy Spiral notebook. This is the yearly project template, and this template is a simple basic template where I have 3x8 boxes throughout the whole notebook, and it was created to make the process easy and simple, where you can use 3x8 paper or 4x8 or cover the whole page if you wanted to. You can really play with this, and you'll see that when I do my flip through for my project. But also, it is to hold all your projects in one notebook. One thing I hate very, very much is to have so many albums and notebooks, especially that my craft room is a very small craft room, and I just don't have the space to have like multiple notebooks and projects on my shelves. So I created this notebook to hold all the mini projects in one notebook. So I decided to use this one for 2024 to hold my October daily and my Thankful 30. Next year, I'll start a new one, and it will hold my Me, Myself, and I and the October daily and Thankful 30 all in one notebook. That way, it's not taking up a lot of space in my craft room, and I don't have to, keep purchasing new things to fill in and use for my little mini projects. So if you're looking for something simple, easy, and quick, these are the notebooks for you. I have different templates as well, and I believe I still have a few on my site, and I'm getting new covers in very soon. So if you don't like any of the covers that are left over, you can definitely grab some new ones by the end of the month. Anyways, let's get right into it. I created a cover page or a title page for my October daily, and I'm going to do the same for Thankful 30, Me, Myself, and I, just so I can separate them. I'll probably end up adding tabs as well. I feel like that would be fun, because if I'm just wanting to flip through my Thankful 30 for 2024, I can just kind of find it easily. But this is my cover page, and we're jumping right into it. I used a calendar for my prompt list. So I used this calendar from the Paper Person shop. She has been doing these calendars for a while now. I think she did it for 2 years now, and I didn't use all of them. So I basically went through my stash, and if I had October, I used it, and I actually used the November for my Thankful 30, which I will be sharing very soon here on my channel, because I did start that as well. So like I said, I used my calendar for my prompts. I decided not to stick down my prompt list because this year I actually created my own prompts. I decided that I'm going to make this more daily than using prompts, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that, if there was something happening that day, I documented it in my October daily using some cute Halloween themed papers, stickers, stamps. And I wanted to do that because I do journal daily, but I thought it would be nice to kind of journal daily here, but with photos and using some cute Halloween products. So it turned out really good. And I think I'm going to do that next year as well. I won't be using a prompt list. I'm just going to create my own as I go. So you'll see here, like, this is fall decor. So I just wrote down fall decor and documented, just putting out my fall decorations at home. And I kept it simple. I used a 3x8 paper, which I love this project because I was able to use a lot of my 3x8 paper and my 4x8 as well, and used a lot of like my digital Halloween collections. I used Canva to print them on sticker paper. I also use Canva for my journaling to print out on my clear sticker paper. I want to apologize if I'm repeating myself. One of my subscribers for a while, you know all of these details, but I do like to mention them here because I get asked a lot about these things. So I'll just mention it as I flip through my October daily. So this is what I mean about documenting dailies. Now, obviously, if you used a normal, regular prompt list for October daily, there's nothing about going to the fair. But I decided that I want to document all these little things that I did in October. So I added going to the fair, and for my prompt, I just added festival and fair and, fun little things, basically. So I used another 3x8 here, added multiple photos. I used my stamps a lot. And I did stay consistent with my numbers. I did use the gray area up here, which is part of my template. And I just used that space to add my number. And I did play around with what I would add next to my number. I first started by stamping Days of October. Liked it and didn't kind of thing. Then I tried the stamp set that said October, also pretty cute. But then I went a totally different route and just added stickers and stamping. I thought, if I keep this consistent, this doesn't have to be consistent, and I can use that space to use my stash, so I went with it. Day 3 was going to the movies with my daughter and watching Beetlejuice. I did a lot of flip-ups, side flips, all the things, because the space is small and I wanted to add more product, because I have a lot of Halloween stash. So kind of doing things like this helped me use up some of my stash. Documenting Sabine and Stitch. She had her Stitch PJs on, her little onesie, and I thought that was cute and just wanted to add it in here. What I'm going to be reading for the month. Did I read them all? No, I didn't. But I like having this because, these are still books I want to read. I think I ended up reading 2 or 3 of them, but that's still a great amount. But that was fun to document using Everyday Explorers stamps. And I was also adding some pattern paper. So basically what I was doing is if I had like extra photos, like something like this. This is the Arab Festival, which I took part of, and I had a lot of photos. I used 2 portions of my page. So the template is really for documenting day by day, but in this case, I used both sides. And for this one as well, I wanted to brighten it up a little bit, so I used pattern paper, opposite that. But sometimes I used all 4 for the 4 days. So basically I kind of played with it. It just depended on, did I want to add paper? Did I not? Did I want to document this and do it fast? And when I wanted to do it fast, I used, each section for a day. So you can really play with this. You don't have to stick to the templates. You can even cover up the whole template if you wanted to with a 6x8 paper. And that's one of the other things that I love about these Scrappy Spiral notebooks, that they are approximately 6.5 by 8.5. So your 6x8 paper is perfect for this notebook. All the sizes under 6x8 will fit into these notebooks. So you can definitely use up a lot of your stash. Anyways, moving back to our flip through. So day 7 was documenting an ugly pumpkin. Day 8, just my niece using these really cute frames that I found in my stash. This adorable skeleton. I'm so happy that I used a lot of those, like this product that I had bought last year. Came in late, so I had a lot of it, but I ended up using it a lot here. Day 9, just talking about my dogs, and I used a lot of Inner Creative Bubbles new collection, Halloween collection here. Day 10, we always go to Target and try out all the fun costumes that they have at Target, so it's kind of like a tradition. So day 11 and 12 is kind of talking about my costume and my craft party that I do every year. It's our Halloween craft party that I do every year for the Peaches, which are my members here on YouTube. And we had a blast. And so I really wanted to focus on that for these 2 pages. So you see here that I used like a whole page for day 11 and a whole page for day 12. So here I'm just talking about my costume. I was Wayne from Wayne's World, and it turned out pretty cute. I love my little guitar. And then for day 12 was our craft party. So I just like broke it down into time. And like I said, we craft all day. So we were online from 12 to 10 p.m., which was so fun. And I think the Peaches always look forward to this every single year. We have it multiple times throughout the year, but the Halloween obviously is an annual one. And so we all get to dress up and have fun and craft together. So day 13 was just putting together a puzzle with my daughter. This is something we really enjoy doing. It's very relaxing for us. And then day 14, talking about naughty Aria, how she really aggravates Stitch. So I had to add that, and I love this. This was something, I think, from In a Creative Bubble as well. So I just printed that on sticker paper. So day 15, I added a 4x8. These are from the Paper Person shop. I really wanted to use them, so I made them work. I did mention this in my last October daily video. I've been using these hinges that I got from Amazon. I believe you can get them from other stationery stores, but they are made to go straight into your spirals. Now, this is like small spirals, like the sizing is different than these. So I made them work. I just trimmed mine down and was able to use like one for the top portion and the bottom portion. And then I used the rest, and I actually added another one just to make sure that it stays in put. But I added another one of these 4x8s somewhere else in this project. So I was able to use the rest of this one, if that makes sense. And it's just a great and simple way to add your pages. I usually punch the page, like I directly punch my page and add it into the spirals. I love doing that. It's a great way to use up your paper and add some interactive elements in here. But for a page like this where you don't want to punch through like a title, let's say, or your photo, you can use these, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's move on. So for day 15, I'm just documenting my creepy kid who likes to take weird photos and just added that. Backed it up with another 4x8 and documented my love for these chocolates that I've discovered recently. And then day 17, talking about how me and my kids usually wear the same thing, which is really funny. But for day 18, I did a flip out, or like a side flip, and I stamped scary, spooky, haunted, overnight dirty dishes. Who did it? This is an issue in my home. I always clean the house before I go to bed. The kitchen is always nice and clean, but my kids stay up late. My husband wakes up extremely early, and nobody cleans the dishes after. And this was literally the dishes the day I woke up, or the sink full of dishes when I woke up, and it really pissed me off. So we had this conversation that no one will own up to it, and everybody says, oh, I only drank with this cup and there was no dishes in there, or I only did whatever, I cooked this or that. And basically no one will tell you, who left the dishes and didn't put in the dishwasher. Actually, the dishwasher runs at night, so nobody wants to take out the clean dishes and put them away, then add the dirty dishes. And that's why my sink always ends up looking like this when I wake up. So anyways, I had fun with that one. I love the little side flip using some 3x8 paper. Day 19, I just had fun with this. I had multiple photos of like my house and the trees surrounding my home. So I used this frame stamp from Ellie Studio. No, not Ellie Studio. Ellen Hudson. I love that stamp set. It's just a stamp set full of frames, and within the frames there's like a family of ghosts or a school of ghosts and things like that. And I always try to use that stamp set in my October daily. So I just did a wall of frames. I also love doing that as well. I always end up having like a wall of frames. And then in some of the frames, I added some pictures. Day 20 is just talking about my favorite mug. And also, I didn't even add any journaling to that one, which I'm okay with, or this one. It's really just focusing on the photos at this point. and trying to catch up, basically. So for day 21, because we were traveling like the week after, we weren't going to be able to celebrate Sabine's birthday, and her birthday's on the 26th. So we decided to have one big birthday for my daughter and my cousin and niece. So they all fall around the same time. Actually, my cousin and my daughter are on the same day, but my niece is a little bit earlier. So we decided to have a party for all three because the whole family was traveling, and it was really fun to document them and just use my like boo stamp here, add some really cute embellishments to make it a little bit more spookier. Day 22 is Happy Mail. So for day 22, I didn't size this correctly. I don't know what happened. And I ended up adding, like, printing my journaling way too big. So it didn't fit in this portion here. And I didn't want to redo this because I'm a frugal kind of person. And that clear sticker paper is really expensive, especially that I use it a lot. And I decided to just trim it down and add the rest down here. Does it look weird? Kind of, but do I care? Not really. I'm not going to redo that and, waste any of my paper. Day 23, just documenting some of Sabine's birthday gifts. This one had to be documented. She got a beautiful pink guitar. It was not a cheap guitar. And she literally cried when she like opened the box and saw it. She was so excited about it. So I had to like kind of talk about that. And I used one of my guitar stamps. I love this stamp set. I think it's from Close to My Heart. It's just a music stamp set. And so I like to use that stamp when I'm documenting my kids and music. I ended up adding a 6x8 on those hinges because I wanted to use my 6x8 paper. If I don't use it here, I never will. I never document in 6x8 albums. So I added a few stickers just to spruce up my hocus pocus. And I backed it up with day 24. It was just a picture of, the trees outside. They were actually turning, and they're still green, but they were just slightly turning orange and red. And I'm happy I documented it because literally a few days later, all the trees were orange and yellow. So I'm happy that I took that picture. Kept it really simple. I used a lot of my color cast design wood veneers here. Jessica had sent me a package. It was so cute. I think I used one here, or maybe later. Yeah, I think I got the package around this time, maybe? I can't even remember. Or I remembered my package and these like wood veneers, and I end up using more in the back here. But I really love those. They're pretty flat, so they work really well in this notebook. Day 25, just documenting Mr. Stitch always like popping out of nowhere while I'm working on my laptop and just literally staring at me. This is literally him in between my legs. I'm on my laptop on the couch, and he just pops up and just keeps staring at me, wanting my attention. And so I just added a little witch's hat on his head. He's so cute. And I used a this was a 4x8 paper that I trimmed down to fit in my template because, again, I wanted to use my paper as much as possible. I really just wanted to get as much as I could in this project so I don't have so much stash next year. And then we jump into day 26 where I did another fold out. And so for my fold out, I used a 3x8. I also trimmed down, I think, like a 3x4 and just used the spooky as a little title. And I was so happy to use like two papers or two cards for one space. And because I had so many photos from our henna party, which I was like, this is actually where we traveled for a wedding. So these next few days was all about us being in Florida for this wedding. And I made it kind of spooky, and it was so much fun. I used some of my puffy stickers, just made them look like they're hanging from the edge, and just added photos and journaling of that day. Love doing this one. I really have fun when I do these fold outs. Oh, and also I've been asked about this. How do I get my fold outs to look so seamless? I use my clear sticker paper. I always have like small thin strips and I never throw them away. And instead of using washi tape or using paper, which you'll still see, if you use the clear sticker paper, it just looks like it's part of your page, which is pretty cool. And I love using them. You just have to be very careful when sticking them down so it doesn't tear your paper, but it works every single time. And I always have like a little basket full of these little trims that I can use to add to my pages to create these fold outs and flip ups. Day 27 is wedding day, so I just kept it really simple, added a photo and my journaling. With a little bit of stamping, I just added like a spider web on the bottom. This is another one of those wood veneers from Color Cast Design. It's so cute. I ended up using it in the corner, and I'm just documenting this really beautiful flooring. It looked like something that would be in a haunted house to me, so I wanted to kind of document that. Going out for breakfast with my siblings. That was travel day, I believe, and it was such a fun trip spending it with my siblings. I don't think we've traveled together in a very, very long time. And actually, after going to this trip together, we decided that we need to do it again very, very soon because it was such a good time. All right, so day 30 and 31. Let me get this right here. Okay, so day 30 and 31, talking about the leaves changing like literally overnight. So when I documented them still looking kind of greenish was day 24. Day 30, it was totally like orange, browns, and yellows, and they were falling on the ground, so I had to capture that moment. And for the 31st, obviously it's Halloween, and my son was Jesus for Halloween. He walked around on campus dressed like Jesus. It was hilarious, and a lot of people, had fun with that. I did forget to add my journaling, which I will do probably very soon. But I completed my October daily and started my Thankful 30. And as you can see here, I did a cover page for my Thankful 30. And hopefully I'll share, the pages that I've already worked on with you. I don't know if I'm going to do process videos. Thankful 30 is always hard for me to, keep up with the process videos just because it's the end of the year. And there's a lot of things I want to share here on my channel. If I do have time, I will film a few processes and share them with you. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and end my October daily flip through. And hopefully soon I'll share my Thankful 30. But you can see that I used a lot, but not like a big amount where I can't use the rest for a different project. So I still have a lot of pages here to do multiple projects in here. So you'll see here that I can fit more than one project, and I'm going to actually be able to fit my Thankful 30 in here. And if I wanted to do a third one, I could. And that's what I'm going to do for next year. I'll definitely, be using one notebook for multiple projects, which will be very exciting. And I won't have to have 100 notebooks, and I won't have to buy 100 notebooks to document my life. I can just, have one for my big stories, and then I can have one for all my mini projects. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.